Then you just pick them afterwards.
Swipe right on Friday night.
So you guys did hear me say that I started the stream and I'm not going to turn our mics off while we come in.
And
Started the stream?
Yeah.
So you're going to edit out all the shit that we just said?
We're live.
Okay, let's go. Let's get this going.
well, you never cease to amaze there, Spalding.
It's better with you.
Admiral Bob
or it's
on
not.
tap should be playing right now.
Depending on what your perspective is. So you're going to edit out all the shit.
We're live, everybody.
Okay.
Better with you.
It's better with you. Let me go ahead and post a hello to everyone in the chat.
Well,
They probably won't be able to hear us over Admiral Bob.
it's nice to have intro music.
Yes, it is. You guys ready to roll?
Intro music no one can hear.
No, you guys can't.
I know. I heard
The
it.
audience can.
I heard it when I rewatched us.
Is that when you put the frowny face and the thumbs down?
Yeah,
God.
absolutely.
I'm like, only 4 and 12, probably not, would take it upon himself to thumbs down our own video.
That's right.
What's up, everybody? This is Kaiser Soze. I am here with what? The effing bungholes and 4 and 12, probably not. How are you guys tonight?
I'm good. My name is Jim. My name is not F the Bungholes, but my motto this week is F the Bungholes.
Bam.
Wow.
How about you? 4 and 12, probably not.
I'm fine. How are you, John? How are you, Jim?
I'm good.
Fantastic. I got on my F Pittsburgh shirt.
Right? Go Jim Brown right here.
I got this out of the hamper.
Did you wear it Sunday?
It's a dog of some sort.
You
You
were at my house Sunday, remember?
What again? I don't know that I paid
Dog
attention
pound.
to what
Yes,
you were wearing.
there we go.
It's what I was wearing, John. I wore this shirt. I wear it
Guys.
for every fan cast, just for you.
That was a great game on Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm glad you came over. I have to say, it was. I enjoyed your company.
You guys
Hey.
really enjoyed the game?
No, not
Okay.
one bit.
Welcome to the It's Better With You Fancast. Let's get into 4 and 12's favorite part of the evening, and what is that? That's
end?
right, it's the agenda.
Oh, I thought it was the end.
So here we go, guys. Intros and agenda, which we're doing right now. We're going to go back to our wide receiver rant to kick everything off because we need to. It's very important based
we
on
do.
what happened
We do.
this
We
past
do.
Sunday. Then we're going to do our Browns quotes as usual. We've got some really interesting ones in there today, so I'm sure that our panelists will have a lot of fun with those. Then we'll get into some quick hits for the team and talk about our next broadcast. Thank you, Admiral Bob, for your song On Tap. Let's get into our wide receiver rant, gentlemen. So, a couple updates, just so you know. The guy from last week that I said I had never heard of in my life is gone.
Casson Williams?
No, he's still there.
Oh, okay.
He's still there. But he was replaced by Jordan Leslie, the guy who's gone, or the guy who came
Right.
up. They elevated on Friday.
Training camp star, right?
So we got
Preseason
Jordan
star.
Leslie. Sammy Coates is out, so we got Rashard Higgins and Jordan Leslie on one side, Kenny Britt, Ricardo Lewis, and Casson Williams on another. I don't think I'm missing anyone, and they just picked up Bug Howard, an undrafted rookie from University of North Carolina.
Bug Howard?
Bug Howard.
I mean, is that
Bug.
it's
Go
a
ahead.
nickname, Bug or Buck?
Bug, B-U-G.
B-U-G.
Wow. Can't say that I've ever heard of him.
What do you guys think? How'd they do on Sunday?
The receivers were terrible. That was one of the worst performances from a wide receiving core in the history of the NFL, as far as I I know and I've heard.
Oh, gosh.
I heard a couple of the post-game shows mention 8 drops and 4 offensive pass interference penalties,
Which they're looking into.
By one core of receivers in one game is I don't know where to start.
Yeah, I don't think there's anywhere that we can start.
Now, is this a receiver's problem? Is this a coaching problem? Is this a discipline problem? Where does this come from?
I think, look, whatever you're being coached, it's not working, because if you're getting 4 OPIs in one game, the offensive pass interference in one game from your receiving core, which is a penalty, it's not called very often.
No, you rarely.
You have to really mess up. Okay, so.
And generally, those are calls that the receiver will get when he extends both hands and pushes away. We've got 2 of those calls where at least just crossing routes where they set illegal picks. That's
the thing. When you're running those routes where you're trying to pick the other guy, like the pick in basketball, you cannot extend your arms, and that's we all know that. We all know when it gets called.
So how much of that is new player stuff? Oh, great.
It could be, but
new player stuff, new quarterback trying to make a play. Da 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 da.
No, it's definitely not on the quarterback.
No,
it's definitely on the receivers, but it's on. It goes back to the coaching staff.
Weren't 2 of them on Seth DeValve?
Well, I don't even care who they're on.
Were they?
I'm just saying.
Well, at least one was.
It lands on Hugh and whoever the receivers coach is.
I think Saunders. 2 were on Seth DeValve.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If 2 of those were on Seth DeValve, we're not saying that's a new player trying to make a play. He for all intents and purposes, he's a veteran tight end.
Right.
I mean, this isn't his first time
Every
around.
team in the league has a play where they run.
It's not his first season.
True. Go ahead.
I know that's no excuse. No excuse.
All right.
0.
So
we're gonna have this wide receiver rant every week.
I'm not taking it out of here until they're better. Is Sammy Coates gonna play?
Well,
I guess we're moving on. We didn't really discuss that topic enough. So.
No. Which topic?
Well, look, I think the coaching is a huge issue here. There's no reason for you to have 4 OPIs in one game. None.
Oh, yeah, we're off the topic of offensive pass interference.
Okay. All right.
Moving on. Hugh disputed those. Hugh disputed them.
That's on the coaches. That's on the coaches.
So you're saying it's on the coaches. I'm saying it's on the coaches. John's saying it's on Seth DeValve.
Bullshit.
Yeah, bull.
All right, moving on.
No, I'm saying it's on the coaches.
You said move on to the next topic.
So the 3 of us agree that it's on the coaches.
But the league's Hugh wants more information because they need to clear some stuff up.
What does he think that those were not pass interference penalties? I saw the replays. Yeah. You saw the replays. They were exactly what the rules say you can't do.
Right, you cannot do that. You can't do that.
I don't.
Fine.
What are you taking Hugh's side?
If you're running across the field
this is the It's Better with Hughes podcast.
One defender off another guy, you can't do that. So
fine. You guys and your rules schmools. Who's going to be catching passes against the Bengals?
Oh, against the Bengals. Hey, if history has taught us anything, it's going to be Duke Johnson, and that's about it.
Yeah, I'd say Duke Johnson, Seth DeValve, and probably Kason Williams.
Maybe Njoku will get one.
Possibly Jordan Leslie.
Jordan Leslie had the best catch of the game. I'm pretty sure they need to get him in there.
He did, and then he never saw the field after that. So.
No. Bug Howard going to be called up? Are they gonna bring him up? Since
no.
Enough.
How many
if Sammy Coates
receivers are they going to have?
They bring him up, right?
I'm pretty sure Sammy Coates is out with a hammy.
And I'm pretty sure Sammy Coates doesn't want to be here.
No, he didn't come here by choice.
Based on his effort last week, I don't think he wants to be here at all.
Was it last week? He wasn't in last week. It was 2 games ago.
Was it 2 games ago?
Yeah, he wasn't in last week. Okay. He was out with the same injury.
All right.
Okay, so 2 weeks. The first game, he was terrible.
And
he didn't try.
Is Josh Gordon out of rehab?
Oh my God! Here we go again.
I just wondered. He's on the slide. All right, let's get into some quotes.
You're bringing up Josh.
Guys,
you know what? If you want to get this Bug Howard kid on the field to see what he can do, I'm all for it. He'd be the biggest receiver we've had in years.
How big is he?
6'4", 222.
Great. Who the fuck cares? I've never heard of the guy.
I haven't either. All I know is he came from North Carolina, and it says big target with sure hands. He had just 4 drops over his 4 seasons at North Carolina.
Oh, he sounds awesome. Why didn't he have a team?
We'll change the
Why isn't he starting?
We'll change the Fancast. It's better with Bug.
I can't. I'll tell you what. It's better with Bug.
That'll give us logo options for days. All right, let's get into the quotes. I couldn't sleep for about 2 days. I feel like if I make a couple of plays that I missed, it's a different outcome for the game. Just got to take it on the chin.
Are we playing the Who Said This game again?
Who said this game? All right, can you repeat that, por favor?
I couldn't sleep for about 2 days. I feel like if I make a couple plays that I missed, it's a different outcome for the game. Just got to take it on the chin.
Deshaun Kaiser.
False.
Oh, wow. Really?
Huh. A couple plays that I missed.
I would say somebody on defense then.
Warm.
Kirksey.
Somebody in the secondary.
Yep.
Peppers?
Oh, it can't be Peppers.
Jabril Peppers.
I
couldn't sleep for about 2 days after the loss. I felt like if I made a couple plays that I missed and some idiot misspelled plays on the slides, to a different outcome for the game, just got to take it on the chin. And I believe it, and move forward was like the rest of it, but I ran out of space on the slide. What do you guys think about that?
I appreciate that he said that. It's the right attitude.
Absolutely.
Definitely,
and it's not like a canned remark like you always hate.
No, you're right. I hate the canned remarks, and I think that's a very candid remark, and I appreciate it.
How does anybody expect him to make plays 25 yards away from the ball?
Greg Williams is going to find you.
How long is that going to keep? How long is that going to last?
Greg Williams is going to do something to your dog.
Yeah.
I know what he's going to do to my dog. He's going to put him 30 yards away from me. That's what he's going to do.
He's going to run him across the end zone when we score a field goal.
You know what? I'm honestly not that concerned about that.
No. Well, it's like you're playing with 10 guys on defense.
Well, he doesn't do it every play, and it's.
Let's get to.
It looked bad. It looked bad against the Colts when you get burned for a 70-yard touchdown.
Absolutely. So we'll see what happens. But he said he's going to take it on the chin. So good for him being a good young leader. How about this? I'm excited to see them together. Of all the super teams, we have one in Cleveland, and I think they're one of the best.
Did you really just throw that up there?
Oh,
the conversation we just had.
We already know who said this. Oh,
really? Do you have any reactions? This is
Deshaun Kaiser. Deshaun Kaiser.
I still am amazed that that's
from
what
one of the beat reporters asking them about having LeBron James and D. Wade back on the same team.
Right. Deshaun Kaiser, who's been in Notre Dame for the last 2.5 years. And probably has been in Berea for 18 hours a day for the last 4 weeks at least. What do you think about basketball, you jackass?
I'm telling you.
Come on.
John, do you know who asked that question?
I'm not going to justify that.
No.
I'm not even going to respond to that. And I want to know who asked that question.
Next slide. We're not going to get into that. We already know this is the dumbest thing I've heard all week.
We have to start faster on both sides of the ball to achieve our goal, which is to win.
Hugh.
Gotta be Hugh.
Or Jim. I hope it's you.
It could be Jimmy. Could be Jimmy.
That would be Hugh Jackson, head coach. We have to start faster on both sides of the ball to achieve our goal, which is to win. A little Pat Shurmur-esque.
Are we sure our goal is to win?
Well, that's what he's saying is the goal.
I mean, last year I was positive that was not the goal.
But listen, I'm
still not sure this year.
I do think 28 points before the half is a slow start. I agree that.
I think the Colts got off to a flying start.
So he's right. He's right. They do need to wake up before halftime. That would be helpful. But they did wake up at halftime, and that was promising.
Would it be helpful to be awake before the game starts?
Yeah, you know what? You would think of all the times that they would be the most awake would be the beginning of the game.
Right. Against the Colts, a team you can beat. Yeah. Legitimately beat.
Yep.
Stop. No, you can't. Obviously, no, you can't. You cannot legitimately beat the Colts because you didn't.
Right. Obviously, you did not, and we were wrong, and Vegas was wrong, and that doesn't happen very often. So,
all right, guys,
they were damn close.
Here's I missed the other one. Whoops.
Be the most awake. Oh no, no more slides.
No, I got one more.
Quotes. Oh boy,
here it is. We're gonna be scary come November and December. Oh man, I didn't put the person's name in there right.
Oh god, that's got to be some veteran that doesn't.
I gotta leave it on the cameras.
Doesn't have any idea of how bad Cleveland really is. So,
or doesn't want to admit it.
Right, that's got to be Britt, or it's got to be some veteran on the defense. Defensive.
I like it. What's up, everybody? Sorry about the technical difficulty. So we're going to go back and put it on the slides for a second. And we will be right back. Sometimes this happens with live broadcasting.
What happened?
I don't know.
We got shut down.
Yeah, we did. Hey everybody, stay tuned. We're getting everything set back up so we can finish. You're listening to Admiral Bob on tap with a Creative Commons license. Thank you, sir. Just getting everybody back, and we will get started.
Oh, great. Now Jim's gone. He's in there making sauce. He's not coming back.
Everyone's listening to Admiral Bob, though, so, like, there's continuity, and no one really feels like they're lost.
Does it look like we took a commercial break or something?
It's like, I should have a slide in there that says, please hold on for technical. We are experiencing technical difficulties. I could grab it from the old 80s. Hello.
Okay, we're back.
Hello. Yeah.
All right, we're back.
All right, guys. So that we're gonna be scary come November and December was Kenny Britt.
Yes, I was right. I knew it.
Why?
Go get whatever you were gonna get. You were right.
No, I was turning off the light.
Here's my question: why is anyone asking Kenny Britt anything, and why is anybody writing or reporting anything Kenny Britt says?
I totally agree.
He's
why?
Completely irrelevant.
Why? I don't care about him. I don't want to hear from him. I don't want to ask him questions. I don't want him on the field. I don't want him on the team.
No, I just want to know if he needs help packing.
Right, exactly. Kick his ass out the door.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, moving on.
This guy is saying that the team is maturing, that they're getting better, and that they are going to be scary in a couple months. And you guys are treating him this way?
You know what? When he gets cut come, the end of October, I'll agree with you. The team will be better.
If he believes that, why isn't he running out his routes?
Well, I can't wait for you to ask some of these questions directly when you're a beat reporter next year for the It's Better With You Fancast. I look forward to him punching you right in your face.
He won't answer him.
Yeah, he won't answer.
It'll be how LBJ treats Kenny Rhoda.
I'm waiting for my media pass, and I will ask him. I'll fucking ask him.
I'd be right there behind you too, and say, "Hey, answer the question, fuckhead."
Yeah,
and
punch my fat face, in the face with a punch me or whatever you're gonna do, but which he won't. But
well, he probably miss.
I can't wait for our first write-up in the Plain Dealer or in the News Herald. Like, who are these people?
By the time I get the pass, he won't be here, so it doesn't matter.
He'll be there. Kidding. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with here pretty soon.
I could get a degree in communications and be done, faster, and he'll be gone by then. Trust me.
Oh, sure, for sure.
Whoever's doing these slides is very unprofessional. This is after 3 games, not 2. These need to be updated better. So here's some quick hits as we close out our show. We're 0-3, guys.
Yes.
Is that what do you guys think? Are we trending upward?
No.
Is the future looks grim right now?
I honestly think we played our best game against Pittsburgh in game 1. You have to excuse my cough. We played terrible against Baltimore, and we played even worse against a much inferior roster in Indy. I realize it's a road game, but Indy's roster is terrible. If you take out Luck, they have no playmakers on either side of the ball, and the Browns got thoroughly outplayed by an inferior team.
Like you guys said, there's a lot of ex-Browns on that team.
Right. I really think the Browns have better talent than the Colts, and they got beat. They got handily beat. I don't. Never mind the score. They got beat.
Yeah, in all phases of the game.
Yeah,
offense, defense, special teams.
They did, and that is disturbing. Especially, it's better with Hugh Fancast. No, it's not. It's definitely not so far. It's not. It's very disturbing with Hugh.
Yeah,
so far.
Right.
We might want to think of renaming
this.
It's
only 3 games.
Well, my thought was that we rename it when they name another.
When they fire the
head
coach, and then
and it would always be whatever the first name of the next coach.
But
I'm open to suggestions of changing it entirely. I'm sure that our fans will be chiming in and letting us know what they think we should call it.
Yeah, we could call it Brit Sucks Dead Rhino Balls.
We have no Miles. It's better with Bug.
It's better with
Bug.
We have no Myles Garrett, no Collins. Is there anyone else not playing this week?
Is Garrett definitely out this week?
He's listed as questionable.
So he's out. He's out.
Yeah,
he's out.
So he's out. I mean, if he didn't, did he practice today, and will he practice
I'll tell
tomorrow?
You what,
he did not practice today.
Since the NFL changed their injury report listing definitions, now you only have questionable and healthy. So every time a guy's been questionable that I've seen, at least playing fantasy football, the guy never plays.
So, all right.
They used to. Okay. Never mind.
No, go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
Who are we blaming?
Hugh.
The 4-letter network, ESPN, was talking about that today. They said it was Hugh, the front office, players not living up to their potential, or the roster itself.
50% Hugh, 50% front office.
I think it's the roster. It's the roster itself. We took it down to the studs, and we have a first-year group of players that are now second year, and a good draft or a big draft.
Says who?
And free agents. That's who we have. I mean, that's our team.
Did you have a good draft?
It's the youngest team in the league.
But what? So what?
You can be young all day long if you don't have any talent.
For that. There's no trophy for that.
If you have no talent, I don't care how old or young you are. It doesn't matter.
You guys don't subscribe to the thing that it
takes 3 or 4
years to build a team?
I want to hear why.
Listen,
you are reiterating.
Don't agree that it takes 3 to 5 years to build a team.
But that's the problem. They never get it to 3 to 5 years. Next year, half of these guys will be gone again.
Get it? If you get rid of them, then that's where you go back again.
Which is where they'll go next year when he gets fired.
I don't think you can be calling for him to be fired if we don't really know.
Okay.
If it's all on, if it's on them. I mean, that's why I don't know if it's on Hugh in the front office.
I said 50% Hugh, 50% roster, but if you go 1-15 again, I'm sorry, but not going to work.
Yep. I agree. If they go
Actually,
1-15, it's not going to work.
Jim,
but if you
said
ask Kenny Britt, they're going to be scary in November and December, so they're not going to go 1-15.
But Jim originally said 50% Hugh, 50% front office.
Right, I did.
So if we're going 50% Hugh and 50% roster.
He's agreeing it's the roster. He knows it's the roster. He can't bash on Hugh all night long.
No, because if half of your problem is your roster and the other half of your problem is your head coach, you're fucked. What are you going to do?
You have a better roster than the Colts, and you lost to the fucking Colts with Jacoby Brissett. Yo, fucking, we're down 28-7 in the first half.
These guys have to play a perfect game. They have to play a perfect game to win. They're too young. They're too young. They're too inexperienced. There's
46-year-old Frank Gore out there and Jacoby Brissett, and we look like we're playing two different sports.
Whatever defensive coaching they did had halftime worked because they shut them down in the second half.
Oh.
No, that wasn't. So that was not the Browns' defense shutting down the Colts. It was the Colts' offense becoming stagnant.
That? You're really happy? No. So you think that since they played better,
we're going to get to the silver lining here. I got
the second half they played better. So you're saying it wasn't a total loss. So it's a moral victory.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
We're not doing moral victories.
No, we're not.
Against the Colts?
You're right.
The Colts.
No. Well, yes.
Oh,
but no.
Jesus, dude.
It's not a moral victory. I'm not saying it was a moral victory. I'm saying that the second half was better than the first half. That's all.
Well, the Browns would be the only team in the league that would have 3 columns, W's, L's, and M's. And the whole one side would be full of check marks.
I know.
Yeah,
the moral victory every week.
There is no third column.
There's still a chance for us to win 4 or 5 games.
For people like John, there is a third column. For me, there's not. Sorry.
I don't give it moral victories. I'm just saying, come on now. But I got some stuff here at the end.
I would agree with you, though.
Lining for the evening.
And I would almost agree with you to a point if I saw some type of improvement in week 3. They look worse in week 3 than they did in week 1.
That was what I said at the beginning of the Fancast. I said that.
Okay. He said
better against the Steelers.
Jim said
than they do now.
He said that.
Is worse?
That's the problem.
He said it already.
Yeah. What is worse?
Put that licorice down.
The drops the throw of Kaiser?
No, I don't blame it on Kaiser, not Kaiser.
I would like to see. I would like to see him not throw the ball behind them so much. It's not helping them. But they're not doing him any favors by dropping ones that hit him right in the numbers in the hands.
Mm-hmm.
If you can put both hands on it, you got to catch it. Sorry.
Or you got to go find something else to do.
There were a ton though that were under or right in front of them.
They were
not at them, and that's rookie stuff. So.
Right, and that's going to happen, and I accept that, and most of us realize that that's going to happen. But to have 8 legitimately dropped passes in a game, that speaks to the talent you're putting on the field, and it says that it's crappy. It's really bad. That's not fair to Kaiser.
It's not, right? It's not, but all the talent's developing at once.
You took 4 wide receivers in the 2016 draft, and first of all, can you guys even name the 4? Second of all, are they providing any? Are they doing anything for our team right now? Anything?
Yes.
Okay, is Corey Coleman doing anything for your football team right now?
Come on, we're not going back to Corey Coleman. When will we win?
Why? We can't go back to Corey Coleman, but you want to bring up Josh fucking Gordon every week.
I just say it because he's on the slide. But Corey Coleman's injured for 8 games. Okay. We can talk about him in 8 weeks.
How was Ricardo Lewis? This
he was crappy this past game. Pretty crappy.
Oh, he was more than crappy. He was terrible.
Rashard Higgins is
how was Rashard Higgins?
Inconsistent at best.
I can't even name the 4th guy. I don't even know who he is.
Yeah, they're not
Leslie.
here. They're not here. It's Jordan Payton. He's not here.
Oh, okay. So there you go.
That was your draft. Win?
Those were the 4 guys you drafted in 2016 to play wide receiver.
That's what I said. Next year, if they don't draft a wide receiver with their first pick, I'm going to be very upset.
Next year, if this continues the way this is, not only are you probably going to have the first pick, but if you take a wide receiver with that pick, my head's going to fucking explode.
No, because Sashi Brown won't be here, so
we have the franchise quarterback. Now we need the big play wide receiver.
John, do you trust Sashi Brown as your general manager?
Are you drunk?
I trust Barry and Sashi and Paul.
The Gibb brothers?
You trust Paul DePodesta?
Yeah, and Andrew Barry and Sashi Brown. I do.
Okay. Why?
They they answer
Just
leadership.
curious.
They answer leadership questions. I'm interested. I'm gonna watch. I'm not gonna be a negative Nancy like you two, and I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it pan out.
I did admit that I was not going to truly evaluate this team in the first 8 weeks of the season.
Well, you're doing it. You're both doing it.
Because I'm pissed, John. They suck again. And you want to listen to the analytics guys who talk about a bunch of numbers and shit and wouldn't know football if it fell out of the sky and hit him in the face.
I promise you there's a silver lining. When will we win? We got 3 games coming up. Cincy, Jets, Houston.
I don't think we're going to beat Cincy, and I don't think we're going to beat the Jets. I really don't. I honestly don't.
Houston's defense will annihilate us, won't they? Aren't there?
Yeah, they will. And I think.
Well, you know what? I thought Houston would be a better game for us, but after the way they played the Pats last weekend, I'm not so sure.
Houston's defense is
good.
Though.
Then I have to say we're going to win this week because if not, it's not looking good at all.
I came up with every excuse I could possibly think of that the Browns would win last week. I got nothing this week.
If you can't beat the Colts, you got serious problems.
All right, here's the slide to close out the show.
We do have 47-year-old Josh McCown coming into town in 2 weeks.
I guarantee he'll carve up our secondary.
He is going to make us pay.
Yeah.
Pro Football Focus ranks 5 Browns in the top 10 at their position. You guys ready?
There's no fucking way that's true.
3 of them have to be on the offensive line.
It was in there today, and it's a good mix. It's a good mix
Thomas
of offense and defense.
Joel Bitonio, Joe Thomas, J.C. Shredder, whatever his name is,
or Zeitler. And then I bet they fucking put Kirksey or Shelton in there.
I wouldn't let Shelton wash my car.
Shelton actually was pretty good last year. Right. I would Kirksey or Jamie Collins. Jamie Collins has been shit this year, by the way.
It's got to be Joe Schobert. That guy's been all over the field.
You guys don't know.
If they pay attention to football, yeah, they would put Schobert. But if they're just putting names in there, they're going to say Collins, which is bullshit because he sucked.
You guys don't know shit. You don't know shit about shit.
It's definitely Joe Thomas, Joel Bitonio,
Randall Telfer.
Thank you. No, you got 2 right. You got the 2 offensive linemen
Christian Kirksey.
Joe Thomas is rated 1st at his position.
Right.
And Joel Bitonio is rated 9th at his.
Okay. And then Christian
there is a 3rd offensive player on the list.
He's offensive player?
He's ranked 6th in his position.
Oh, it's got to be
Duke Johnson.
Zeitler or the center.
Nope.
Zeitler.
I'm going with Duke Johnson.
Zeitler.
Seth DeValve. Mr. Offensive Pass Interference is 6th.
That's terrible.
He got up and left.
Terrible.
All right, now we're going to defense. There's 2 defensive guys, and neither of you have named them. 2
defensive guys that so far that made this list, and they're on the Browns current roster right now.
He's the 6th best tight end
ones you've named
in the NFL.
What I'm going to say, Ogba.
No.
I mean, I'm guessing now. I know, and I know there's anybody else of record.
It's not Schobert or Kirksey?
No.
It's Collins?
Nope.
Well, it ain't Peppers.
In the secondary.
Jamar Taylor?
No.
Jerome Peppers?
No.
McCourty.
McCourty is ranked
Derek
3rd.
Kindred.
And Derek Kindred is ranked 10th.
How is that? Why? Based on what?
That's on Pro Football Focus Cleveland. I put the link in the description.
It's stupid.
Did they only rate Cleveland players?
Like of all time?
No, I mean of all 3 teams right now.
Since 1999?
I'm talking about Indians, Browns, and Cavs. They wanted to know who the best football players were.
I told you I was going to leave you with a silver lining. What do you guys think?
Where is it?
Well, look at that. Derek Kindred and Jason McCourty are on the list. Seth DeValve's up there. Obviously, our offensive line is a strength. Come November, December, we're going to be a scary team. Just ask Kenny Britt.
Why can't we run the ball then?
Yeah, explain that one, John. Silver lining. Take your silver lining.
We have the highest paid.
No, we're down by 28 at halftime.
We have the highest paid offensive line
in
the NFL.
What's that?
We have the highest paid offensive line in the NFL, and we suck at running the ball.
Things are coming together real nice, guys.
Jim, you can give anybody money. It doesn't mean they're good.
Right, which goes back to my point, which is saying Sashi and Paul DePodesta and Andrew Berry are morons. They don't know how to run a team. They don't know how to assemble a roster.
Yeah, because they don't know how to evaluate talent.
I hope that next Wednesday you guys are in a better mood.
So
you guys are very, very grumbly today.
Well, isn't it obvious? I don't see what I'm not saying anything that's not, obvious to.
John must take Xanax before these broadcasts because usually he's screaming from the rafters how bad they were.
I've processed it in my brain. I've
so,
gone through the game. I've worked it over in my head 1,000 times and thought of all the ways that they could have won, and I didn't see any. So
I couldn't find one out of 1,000.
I just gave up and said, I'm going to go with Kenny Britt's quote that come November and December, they got this. Okay. They're going to iron out all this stuff, and it's going to be better with you.
So for another 5 weeks, I'm going to have to hear you use that quote.
Hugh definitely got dealt a bad hand as far as he's basically forced to start a rookie quarterback that played 2 years in college, mind you, not 3 or 4, but 2. And because the other quarterbacks that the front office gave him were terrible. So he has to start this. So that's awful. And then you give the guy these crappy receivers that can't catch. They don't know how to throw screens in the middle of the field. They don't know what they're doing.
What's a screen?
Well, when you try to
that's exactly what they're saying.
The basketball pick against the guy.
Yeah.
You can't throw your arms out and push the guy down. So
this team hasn't successfully run a screen in 4 seasons.
The front office did do a good thing in spending all this money on the O-line, but then, the running game has been completely worthless and non-existent.
We spent a lot of money on an offensive line that can decently pass block.
They couldn't run block for exactly. Shit. Joe Thomas has always been a good pass blocker. Zeitler and Treader are pass blockers. They're not like bulldog, run blockers. So it's just
we got to roll out prediction for Sunday, and will they get to Dalton? Because if you get to him, that's the key, and we've had 0 pass rush. So prediction, and will they get to him?
Well, my prediction is yes, they will get to Dalton. Probably more than we think they will, just because I don't think Cincinnati is very good. It's very hard to say that I think they're going to be 0-4, as much as it's easy for me to say that we'll probably be 0-4. I'm going to give the Browns a squeaker. 17-16.
At home.
At home.
I'll take 17. No, I'll take 20-17.
Browns?
Yeah. Only because.
Why?
Well, only because this guy did.
Yeah.
I'm on the other side.
Where are you pointing at?
Not live.
I know, but point the other way.
No, because live, I did it right. If I point the other way, then I'll be,
your dog? Is your dog over there?
Picking his nose.
I don't know who he's pointing to. See this guy over here.
I'm going to say 24-17 Bengals. A.J. Green, 9 catches, 150 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Oh, that's right. We don't have Joe Hayden to lock him down.
Right.
Yeah. No, we got McCourty.
I couldn't even get it out without laughing.
We got McCourty. We don't need Hayden.
He is the top 9 on the team.
Right.
Isn't that what the list they made?
Not in the league.
All right, guys, we're going out with Admiral Bob, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
I can't wait. 7:30, here we come.
Maybe 7:15-ish. Something like that. It's Better With You, a Browns Fancast. We'll see you all next week.